I'm Alan Spears with Occupy Democrats, and as we get closer to the election come this November, we're starting to see a whole wide variety of different candidates and the platforms they're running on. Now, as we get closer to the election, there's a whole wide variety of individuals that are campaigning and running. It's not just the presidents. And it's actually one of these congressional candidates that I want to talk about today and share with you a video that has been going viral as of late. In a live televised debate, the congressional candidate for Georgia's 2nd District, Chuck Hand, made quite an impression on a number of different viewers. Or rather, it would probably be more appropriate to say he made an impression for the first minute and a half of the debate before deciding to promptly leave. Yes, Chuck Hand decided that he was going to read a pre-prepared speech in his opening statements, and following that, decided that this debate was no longer worth his time and departed. That's probably not going to surprise you in the slightest that Chuck Hand is a Republican who absolutely endorses Donald Trump, and his sole platform pretty much seems to be getting him reelected. And with that in mind, it's probably not surprising for you to learn too that Hand was very much present at the Capitol during the January 6th riots and was arrested. Now, in the clip I'm going to be showing you momentarily, I really want you to just listen and take in the message that this man is parroting. It is very much the same spiel we get from all of these Republicans who want to see Trump back in the White House. Now, it should be noted too that, unsurprisingly, there are multiple Republican candidates that are running for Congress that were all either present or arrested for the January 6th riots. Hand is hardly alone in this matter, and due to his crimes was actually sentenced to 20 days in prison and was on a 6-month probation. Seems a little light on the sentencing considering this man was trying to commit treason, but hey, I leave that to the judges. Take a look for yourself and see what Hand had to say before promptly departing.
Hi, Mr. Hand. Congress is currently working on a new farm bill, which will have a big impact on the 2nd District. What are your thoughts on the current House Republican plan? And specifically, would you support the controversial proposal to cut food aid for low-income Americans?
I'm Chuck Hand, lifelong resident of the 2nd District. I've worked side by side with the people of the 2nd District, solving problems since 2018. I've only seen this man next to me come around when it's election time, wanting to run for office. I've been wearing tires slam out in Southwest Georgia, meeting with voters and building relationships in our communities for years now. I'm not interested in debating the issues of the 2nd District with a man who doesn't even reside in it, especially one who orchestrates attacks on my wife. I'm more concerned about beating Sanford Bishop, representing you, and passing the America First agenda and putting Donald Trump back in the White House. This race is very simple. It's either 8th District money or 2nd District heart. The choice is yours. It's the dollar versus the change. Now, this is where I get back in my truck and head back to Southwest Georgia because I got two races to win.
Thank you very much. Doug Reardon, you're not staying, sir? Are you leaving? Okay.
You absolutely love to see this level of incompetence and cowardice. And clearly has really one primary platform that he is running on, and that is kissing the boot of Donald Trump and trying to get him reelected. Hell, that's what so many of these Republican congressional candidates are running on. They don't have policies. They don't have things they believe in or stand for. They just hate the left, they hate the liberals, and they want to get Donald Trump back. That's it. They cannot think for themselves. They can't articulate themselves beyond, it was stolen. The election was stolen. Donald Trump's the rightful president. We want to support Donald Trump. It's pathetic. And let's just run with this hypothetical and pull on this thread a little bit. Let's say the Republicans are successful and Donald Trump gets back in the White House, probably forever because he's a dictator. What then? What are you doing? What are you running on? What do you believe in? You've got your man back. All that yelling and crying and bitching and moaning got you your man back in the White House. What are you going to do now? And that's just the thing. All of these Republicans are fueled by anger and outrage. And once they have nothing to be outraged or angry about anymore, they have to find something else. All of these Republicans are so outraged all the time. And you know what? I don't care. I don't respect their anger. There are times when anger and outrage is a very warranted response, and it's justified. But these MAGA people, these far-right extremists, I don't respect them. I don't respect their anger, and their outrage is meaningless. I'm getting sick and tired, too, of these MAGA Republicans, these people like Chuck Hand, like Donald Trump, like all of the others, that they think their outrage makes them patriotic. MAGA is not patriotic. They do not support the ideas or the values of this country. They are using the American flag and all of the imagery surrounding American patriotism and weaponizing it. Being outraged over the results of an election that, by all counts, by all investigations, by all the data, was fair and honest is childlike. You people who are outraged that your man, Donald Trump, lost need to grow up. And clearly Chuck Hand has a lot of growing up to do. Just take a look at this campaigning video he put up. This man is proud of this video. He has pinned it to his social media accounts. He wants you to see this. This man walking around with this false swagger, like this ridiculous clown. He's proud of this. He thinks that he looks great. He looks tough. He looks manly. It's so sad. I mean, look at this guy. Look at his over-exaggerated strut, the big-ass belt buckle. Everything he does is just this caricature of masculinity, and it just screams fragile and insecure. And look, this guy might have a reason to be angry and frustrated, especially with the other candidate, this Johnson guy, if there were personal attacks against him or his wife. Like, that's fine to be upset by that. But walking out of debates, walking out from something where you had the opportunity to speak up for what you believed in, to speak up and defend your wife, why didn't you do that? He could have used this time to say, my opponent resorts to baseless attacks on my wife, whereas I'm the one who's running, and instead of focusing on me, he has to attack those around me. He's weak. I don't know, something like that. That's off the top of my head. You couldn't have stuck around and just said that or something akin to that? And Hand accused the other guy of not being around when the elections are over, but yet Chuck couldn't stick around for this debate and make his case as to why he should be in Congress instead of this Johnson fellow? And that's just it. These Republicans who have drank the Kool-Aid of the cult of Trump, they don't think. They don't have anything to say other than this ludicrous outrage. And when they don't have that, they have nothing. These people have created the largest cult the world has ever seen, and I'm getting tired of it.